Hello, darling.
Hello, Petal. Office been on?
Yes, not 2 minutes ago.
Oh, damn. Oh, still wrapping presents, are you?
Well, I'll soon have done, I hope.
Go on, you know you love it.
Yes, of course I do. By the way, I spoke to Ashley.
Oh, yeah? How is he?
Oh, he's fine. Sent you his love.
Is he coming down?
No.
Oh, pity. Oh, yeah, what news? Uh-huh. Well, listen, send him a telex and offer him 5.5. Yeah, well, just word it so that we've got room to manoeuvre, all right? And have the bank cleared Laloom's draft yet? Well, get on to it, darling. I'll have it New Year before we see any action. Because he's a very slippery customer. All right, I'll check in an hour's time. Yeah, bye.
He's on duty, Ashley. He's on duty.
Oh. Do you want me to have a word?
Oh, no, darling, he'd hate that.
Well, he wouldn't even know.
No, just leave it, please.
All right. I'm just an obedient fool.
You're no fool, and you are certainly not obedient. But I love you.
What do you think keeps me going? Oh. So you sent her a present, then?
Well, just a small token. I think I shall have to take it round to her.
Well, I thought she was coming round here for a drink.
No, I haven't been able to get through to her.
You want her, she'll come.
Are you going to order her to?
What, drinks and a present? What more does she want?
Oh, she's probably extremely busy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll see about that.
Now, Reggie.
I just said I'll see about it.
Come in. Oh, Mr. Dobson.
I didn't mean to disturb you, Mrs. Harvey.
Oh, that's all right.
In fact, I was looking for Mr. Hunter.
He's out for the moment.
Mr. Chance is too busy in the garage to see me.
Is it urgent?
Well, it's this business about Kevin Banks.
Oh, yes.
Well, the problem is, my men won't work with him, and this could affect the proposed completion date. Well, I've done what I could. Now the decision's up to you and your partners.
What decision?
Well, that in the best interests of all, I sack him.
On what grounds?
Not important at this point. He's casual now.
It's important to him.
Oh, Mr. Hunter.
Mr. Dobson's just been telling me that he wants to get rid of Kevin.
I thought we discussed that. I want him kept on.
As I was explaining to Mrs. Harvey, it's not in your interest.
I think I can be trusted to look after my own interests. Before we go any further on this, I'll talk to him.
Oh, thanks. It's for the good of the job.
I didn't say agree to your sacking him. I said talk. Perhaps persuade him to rejoin the union.
I'm afraid that's not the problem. He's willing. He needs a sponsor, and he doesn't have one. Not a one on the floor. And every day is important if we're going for the 1st of February.
No. If.
Look, I think we should speak to Kevin.
Yes.
I'll tell him. Now, all right?
Yes.
Mind you, it won't do any good. It's the others you should be talking to. There's a union meeting called for this afternoon. I can't make any guarantees.
Hello?
Arthur?
Kath? Yeah, what's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Why?
Well, you never phone me at the office unless there's something wrong, and we're Rose in the house.
Don't be silly. Stop worrying.
What is it, then?
Well, it's just that we've had some Christmas cards this morning from the Evanses. You know, Mr. and Mrs. Evans we met on holiday, and Mr. and Mrs. Catchpole. And we've had 6 more as well, all from people we haven't sent to.
Kath.
And the thing is, we haven't got any cards left. Now, look, can you bring half a dozen back on your way? Oh, better still, make it a dozen, just to be on the safe side. Get a box like you bought last Thursday, will you?
Yes,
I think if we get them in the post tonight, they should be okay.
Is that the only reason you've phoned me? You know I don't like you phoning me unless it's important. It sets a bad example of the junior staff.
Yes, I do know that, Arthur, but there's something else.
Well, what do you want? Some more tinsel for the tree or a couple of paper chains?
No, I think I might have left my purse round at Mrs. Hooper's. I've looked everywhere for it. I can't find it. And I know I had it because I had the money for the fare.
Didn't you need it for the fare coming back?
No, because I had it loose in my pocket. Look, I've tried getting in touch with Mrs. Hooper. I can't reach her. Do you think you could go round and see if she's come across it?
Yes, all right. I'll see you later. Okay. Goodbye.
Oh, Arthur!
Yes?
Whatever you do, don't speak to Iris.
You don't have to tell me that, Kath. The last thing I want to do is to talk to her.
No, well, as long as you don't have anything to do with her.
Sometimes wonder what you take me for, Kath.
yes, I know, Arthur. I'm sorry. See you later, OK. Oh, Arthur, don't forget the cards. And see if you can get some stamps as well, will you?
Well, you wouldn't like a couple of loaves and half under a weight of coal while I'm at it, would you? I'll try not to be too late.
Come in. Oh, Mr. Hunter will be back in a moment.
Do you know what it's about?
Don't you?
All I know is Dobson was smiling. That's not usually a good sign for me.
Oh, I think Mr. Hunter just wanted to have a chat.
Not the big E, then?
We're on your side.
So,
That was quick. Sit down.
thank you.
We're afraid we might be getting a distorted view over this Dobson business. He says there's trouble over the union.
Yeah, well, it'll sort itself out in time.
Yes, but we don't have much time.
Well, it's not my fault. I'll rejoin.
Dobson says that you can't get a sponsor.
Yeah, well, he'd know, wouldn't he?
I'm not with you.
Well, the men know which side the bread's buttered.
You're saying it's all Dobson?
Well, not all, no. There is some resentment, but he won't let it rest.
I can't let one man prevent us from meeting our target date.
Well, you're not looking at him, if that's what you're saying.
Are you saying that Dobson is exaggerating?
Well, maybe not now. I mean, this stirred in it, I can't say it hasn't been successful. I reckon I could have got back on good terms with the others if he'd let it rest.
Well, let me ask you this. Is it too late now?
Do you think perhaps we ought to have another word with Dobson before the union meeting?
What union meeting?
Don't you know? Well?
Dobson knows our position. I don't think he'll jeopardize the entire contract.
With respect, Mr. Hunter, I know I'm an interested party, but I know Dobson. He'll call your bluff if you don't call his first.
Your bloke any good on Daimlers?
Oh, yes, he's a first-class mechanic.
Oh. Well, there's no panic. I mean, it's not urgent, you know. It's just that Peter said there's a...
Peter?
My chauffeur.
Ah. Knowledgeable, is he?
All experts, aren't they?
After you, sir.
Oh. No busy lady?
No, the weights and measures people are doing petrol samples. She's keeping a beady eye on them.
Oh, good, is she?
So she keeps telling me.
Well, they're at a premium, you know. Good secretaries.
Ah, yes, quite.
It's, all yours, is it?
Yes, now I bought out a partner.
Ah.
But it's not my first interest.
Oh, yeah?
No, there's the motel.
Oh, you got a stake in that?
Oh, I'm a working director.
Oh, I see.
And I've got a couple of sidelines in Australia.
Well, you're quite a tycoon, aren't you?
We survive.
Yes, I see. That's very interesting.
What is?
Well, young man knows where he's going, knows how to get there. Yeah, I must remember that.
Why exactly?
Well, you know, my line of country, trying to find the right man at the right time, not always easy, know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
You and, what's her name?
Sharon.
Sharon, yeah, that's right. You, together, are you?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Oh, well, there's a lot of it about, you know. Attractive secretary, high-flying boss, happens all the time. Still, I know what you mean. It's, doorstep stuff.
Yeah, dodgy.
Yeah, I know. I learnt the hard way. Still, my wife thinks the world of her, so I think you might find yourself with a new regular customer there, Mr. Chance.
Well, she'll be well looked after here, sir. I shall see to that. And if you feel like a change, if you'd like to bring your car here, we'd be only too happy.
Well, it's time of year for happiness, isn't it?
Do you mind?
Sorry. I've just been collared by Dobson.
What did he want?
He wants to borrow the garage for a union meeting because it's raining.
Oh, that man. Do you know what the meeting's about?
No.
I bet he wants to use the union to sack Kevin.
He can't. He's committed to Kevin.
Oh, I wouldn't count on it.
Well, I mean, I don't mean personally. He's been swallowing hard. He didn't like it, but Kevin was part of the package. Dobson wouldn't do the building work unless he got the maintenance contract. We had to give it to him. But he had to see Kevin right.
Well, now he's trying to wriggle out of it.
Yeah, well, we won't bear it. David won't agree, will he? Because he made a promise months ago.
Look, if David has to choose between keeping Kevin or keeping the target date, he'll sacrifice Kevin.
After all, don't you think that Banks is a bit of a thorn in my side?
Not as much as
Yes. Having to take him back after he tried to undercut me, well, undercut us. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that I agree with you or that I don't, that you don't want to work with a non-union man. Well, that's purely a matter for your union as far as I'm concerned. I'm only concerned with the job. Now, the management here want banks.
We don't.
Well, as for me, I'm not prepared to lose a contract this size. But when I go to them with your complaints, the management of the motel, they don't listen. No, they don't think you're serious about refusing to work with banks. I tell them there's going to be trouble, and they think it's just a matter of, oh, it's between me and my workmen. They don't realise that there's a principle at stake. Now, the question is, what are you going to do?
I got a bit lonely in the main building. It's a private meeting, is it?
This is a union meeting, Banks. You haven't joined the union yet, have you?
I've said I'll rejoin. I'm willing, more than willing.
You always were an eager lad, weren't you? As eager to get back in the union as you were to leave and set up on your own. Yeah. I'm afraid you're intruding.
Shouldn't you be the one to tell me to go, Harry? Or do you always let the boss do the talking at the union meeting?
I was addressing them. This is a negotiation.
Ah, and I'm the subject of the negotiation, ain't I?
Yeah, you're not.
Only the trouble is the negotiation's only over a minor matter. Who sticks the knife in fastest? More of a competition, I'd say. So that's why I come over. I thought it was an oversight, me being not invited. Can't blame you for thinking that, can you?
Like I said, it's a union meeting and you ain't in the union.
No.
Oh, look, look, I know you. He's addressed you. Now let me put my side. You don't want a kangaroo court, do you?
Too right.
Well, do you?
Push off, Banks.
No.
Good evening, Mrs. Hooper.
How did you get in?
Well, the gentleman who just came in left the door open for me when I said I wanted to see you.
Oh, that'll be one of my lodgers. Mr. Astley, I expect. He's always in and out like a cuckoo in a clock. Well?
Oh, my name's Brownlow, Arthur Brownlow.
Oh. You'll be Iris's uncle. Would you like a cup of tea?
No, thank you very much. No, my wife's expecting me. As a matter of fact, it was she who asked me to call. She mislaid her purse last night. She was wondering if she left it here.
Oh, I don't think so. I done in here proper this morning, swept under everything. Didn't notice nothing.
Well, how about the hallway?
Did that first thing this morning. Any road, I showed Mrs. Brownlow to the door. If she dropped it then, I'd have seen.
Well, it doesn't look as though it's here then, does it?
Hope there wasn't much in it.
Oh, no, I shouldn't think so. She only keeps a small change in her purse.
That's one thing, then.
Oh, well, good evening, Mrs. Hooper. Oh, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Oh, thank you very much. Same to you and all your family, I'm sure.
Maeve, have you, Oh. I suppose you've come to try and get me to see her. Well, you're wasting your time, see? Because I never want to see her again. Never!
The choice is yours. I've washed my hands of it.
Mr. Brownlow.
Oh, good evening, Mrs. Hooper. Right, Iris.
Any signs of the iceberg thawing?
What are we on about now?
Sharon?
I haven't been looking.
Ho-ho.
What's she been saying?
Oh, nothing. Not a thing. And she's a great non-teller, isn't she? She tells you more by saying nothing than anyone I know.
Your little mind has been ticking over, hasn't it?
Oh, I'm a great reader of signs. Didn't you know that?
Really? And what have you come up with?
Oh, a little friction. Due to a touch of misunderstanding.
That's potty.
Oh, yes.
Look, I will tell you what happened before your little ears drop off with the strain. Last week, we had dinner. A business dinner, which she set up, and it was very successful. It netted us a fat little contract. Back here, out of chat, meaning nothing at all in particular, I just pecked at her blushing cheek by way of a thank you.
Oh.
And alarm bells were sounded, and it was Casanova at the door of the nunnery, no less.
What happened then?
Her defence mechanism went into overtime.
Beaten
It was
off.
not a pretty sight.
So you were beaten off then?
Hmm.
Poor love.
Ah.
Are you lonely?
Not that you'd notice.
Oh, me neither, but, you know, small comforts now and then wouldn't come amiss. Beware defence mechanism.
Yeah, I think I can handle those.
There's always a chance you may not need to.
Hello. Yes, Sharon. They've what? Down tools? Yeah, okay, thanks. We better get David. This could be important.
Arthur?
Yes, it's me. Christmas cards.
Oh, thanks. What was that for?
Felt like it. I'm your husband, aren't I? Am I right, isn't it? Hello? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It's on the blink. I think I banged it a couple of times. I haven't done any good.
Blasted thing. Your purse wasn't at Mrs. Hooper's.
Oh, Arthur.
There wasn't much in it.
Yeah, £2.47.
Really? You must have a good memory, being able to remember like that.
Well, you see...
Yes, well, never mind, love. I'll make it up to you. I mean, there's no reason why you should stand it.
Arthur, I found it.
Eh? Where?
It was here all the time. I suddenly remembered, you see. I took £1 from the milk money when I went after Rose, and I told you I had changed, and that was it, from the pound.
Oh, good.
I'm sorry I dragged you all over to Mrs. Hooper's for nothing.
It wasn't for nothing.
Oh, did you see Iris?
Oh, you and Rose have got your work cut out there, love.
Jill and I feel strongly about keeping Kevin on. It's an obligation.
I know that, and I feel just as strongly. I arranged for Dobson to keep him on.
Yes, but a very good price to Dobson. And he's got all the painting work here, and the contract.
He got what he wanted, we got what we wanted.
Correction, we don't get that until February the 1st, and maybe not there.
Someone will do the work, if not Dobson, then someone else.
Anyway, you're willing to make a stand about this union outburst?
If we can't reopen on February the 1st, then Dobson is out, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, as far as I'm concerned. Jill?
Yes. Well, we're all agreed then.
Mind you, it's not what I want. It's only compounding the risk. Going to another bidder, renegotiating for what's left of the work.
Yes, but David, will you or will you not support Kevin? It seems it's either or.
Leave Dobson to me. I can handle him. He can handle the man.
Yes, but that's what we're afraid of, that he's using the union to do his dirty work, getting rid of Kevin.
We will honour our obligation. Come in.
Yes, Mr. Dobson, any news?
Well, I spoke to the meeting. Nothing for it. It was all I could do to stall a strike. Even so, there's an overtime ban on from tonight. You know what that means.
I hope you do as well. I am not prepared to miss our opening date. I've given an interview to the paper. I'm accepting advance bookings. And if you can't meet the delivery date, we'll get someone who can.
I'm afraid you've all forgot one small thing. It's a union matter. If they strike, no one else big enough to take on a job this size will cross those picket lines. So either way, you can forget about opening on February 1st.